Oregon's unique and special way of life is being stalked by climate change. Unchecked, it will have devastating effects on all that we as Oregonians hold dear. And future generations will rightly judge the morality and leadership of this generation, our generation, not by the fact of climate change, but how we responded to it. Little old Oregon may not be able to solve the world's climate change issues, but we can certainly take the lead. Are you guys with me? The evidence is extremely compelling. Record low snowpack, the warmest winter since 1895, and 7 counties throughout Oregon in states of drought emergency before the end of April, and I predict more on the way. Along with drought, we have its nefarious companion, wildfire, not only for the upcoming summer season, but the summers yet to come. As our forests change, wildfire is going to be an ever-increasing challenge for all of us as Oregonians. So, what do we do faced with the inevitability of climate change? We need to take action, both to reduce greenhouse emissions and to prepare for the consequences of warmer temperatures. We need to plan both for the long term and the short term. This is not a challenge that's going to be overcome by the flip of a switch or a vote in the legislature. For the short term, we must invest in solutions that will enable our communities to cope with drought, wildfire, and other consequences of a warming climate. Over the long term, as other parts of our nation become increasingly inhospitable and our own Cascade snowpack shrinks, we also need to change how we manage our water resources. My budget includes $56 million for a statewide water resources program. The program calls for collaborative, place-based planning for water conservation, storage, and watershed improvement. I need your help. At the same time that we're grappling with drought and wildfire, we are also facing pressures on the quality of our rivers and our streams. Last year, public recreational use of the lower Willamette was shut down for 16 days with algal blooms due, at least in part, to low water levels and warm temperatures. We have increased the percentage of Oregon waterways with good or excellent water quality from 27% in 1990 to 50% in 2013. So that's the good news. However, there's still more work to be done to assure that our children have access to clean water. And that's why my budget proposes restoring funding to clean water programs and the Oregon Department of Environmental Quality. And that's not all. I've also proposed a $15 million clean water fund to work with farmers and ranchers to improve riparian conditions and water quality. By creating incentives for agriculture to become part of the solution for clean water, this initiative lays the foundation for farming and ranching to remain an iconic part of Oregon's future. Additionally, because of the great work of everyone in this room to elect pro-environmental candidates, the legislature was able to pass, and I signed into law, the Clean Fuels Bill. This legislation represents a collaborative effort between Oregon, Washington, California, and British Columbia, which combined make up 1/5 of the world's economy. We all value clean air, and not only does the new law mean cleaner air for Oregonians, this structure is an important next step towards reducing transportation-related carbon emissions by 10% over the next decade. Yes, we can make a difference, but there's still much left to be done to reduce emissions. And this is work we must do together. Are you guys with me? A month ago, holy smokes, a month ago, I was really pleased to join U.S. Secretary of Interior Sally Jewell in approving historic agreements that will go a long way toward ensuring the survival of the western sage grouse. These agreements are part of our Oregon Sage Grouse Action Plan that will allow us to prevent and respond to rangeland fires that threaten sage grouse habitat across eastern Oregon. I have to tell you that it was very rewarding for me as your governor to both witness this remarkable bird and its natural habitat and also see the thoughtful collaborations between ranchers and environmentalists. Without that collaborative spirit, the habitat of the sage grouse might have been severely compromised. Years ago, many years ago, I decided to enroll in the environmental law program at Lewis and Clark Law School because I knew there'd be a few grads in the audience. I wanted the tools to change the world. I truly believe that by working together, we can make a difference on how we address climate change. The sage grouse agreements prove that this is possible, as does the Oregon chub, the first fish in the United States history to be removed from the endangered species list. Yay, Oregon chub! And the fact that for the first time in 30 years, the snowy plover is once again nesting in the Nehalem Spit. The recovery of the sage grouse, the Oregon chub, and the snowy plover, these are not accidents. It's what happens when Oregonians work together, when we reject the notion of choosing sides. As Oregonians, we are all on the same side. It's the Oregon way. History has shown that Oregon has set the standard for environmental leadership. For that to continue, Oregon needs an environmental champion in the governor's chair. I will be that champion. I am committed to protecting the natural environment that we depend on to sustain life. Not just our quality of life, but life itself. It's that important. Richard Chambers and Hector McPherson, their environmental legacy embodies the Oregon way. That one person with good ideas and determination, working with like-minded people, truly can change the world. I find that incredibly inspiring. In that spirit, let's continue that important work. We, in this room tonight, have plenty of determination. We have many more good ideas, and we are going to work together to make them happen. Thank you so very much.
Governor Kate Brown, ladies and gentlemen.